From where you are, do you feel or sense that if you wanted to, you can move in any direction? Can you walk?
I can walk, yes.
Okay,
I'm taking a few steps.
good.
It's like I can sense the lower half of my body.
All right. It's okay. We'll explore more soon, very soon. You'll be able to see where you are. So you're taking a few steps. You feel that you have feet to move.
Yeah, and they feel heavy.
They feel heavy.
It feels like
Mhm.
I'm clunking around. Um,
Okay.
like it doesn't feel light. It doesn't feel like my body now.
hmm
And my arms also feel heavy. Like my whole body feels pretty dense
Okay. hmm
and large. Um,
All right. Do you feel any emotion?
um,
Just tap into the heart center. Is there anything you're sensing or feeling?
it's like an unease kind of.
hmm You're feeling uneasy?
Yep. And
Okay.
it feels like I'm holding something in my right hand too.
Okay. Is it
Um,
heavy?
I don't get the sense that it's super heavy. Like I'm able to move it around.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's like a something metal maybe, or yeah, but my body, like I've got a tight grip on it and it feels kind of cold to the touch.
Okay. And you said the right hand, yes? That
Yep,
you're holding this?
it's in my right hand
Okay.
and I've got it kind of in front of me.
All right. hmm Does it have a shape?
Yeah, so the handle is like a cylinder shape. Then it feels like a blade that comes down, kind of curved, but uh yeah, and it's not big. It's probably like 2 feet, maybe.
Okay. hmm You mentioned other energies around you. You're feeling unease. What do you think the others are doing? Are they standing, walking? What sort of movement do you feel or sense around you?
I think we're all working.
hmm
Um I Ogre popped into my head.
It did.
um some sort of ogre or something. Um and we're all working. It feels like we're all doing something we're meant to be doing.
Okay. hmm All right. Let's go ahead and try to disconnect from that physical body that's working and holding that heavy blade. Just disconnect, floating above the scene. It's really easy to do. Just pull away and you can look down at the scene if you want to. Expanding your awareness of this space and time.
So, yeah, we're in, it almost looks like a mine of some kind. And I think that's why it was so dark.
Mm-hmm.
There are some light in here. We're all prisoners. We're all definitely not free to do what we want to do. That came in. We're all being told what we need to do. I don't know exactly what we're mining, but we're all using these tools. In the surface of the place that we're in. So it is
Mm-hmm.
like a smooth feel to my feet. Kind of like a rock feeling.
Yes.
And we, yeah, don't look like an ogre, like what I would describe an ogre to look like, in my understanding of it. But the way I look like is, yeah, it's big. I almost kind of look rock like almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like a creamish color.
Okay.
And but it's like a, yeah, tan cream, but like some grays mixed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Big head, but it's kind of like, instead of it being narrow and oblong, it's kind of like wider, like a wider head.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone looks very similar.
Yeah.
We have very big body, like broad shoulders, big muscular arms, and like kind of just like a big refrigerator type body, like
Mm-hmm.
squarish.
Yeah, like a blockhead.
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Tell me how you feel about the work that you do, that you're being forced to do.
I do it because I'm being told, but I don't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't, like, it's not fulfilling. I feel caged in. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um,
All right. Can you tell me who's in charge there? Do they look different?
um,
Where are you getting the orders from?
they don't look like us. And it's one thing that I see. It's kind of, it's not a dragon. It's like a lizardy type looking
Mm-hmm.
thing. And it has a lot of, like, the clothes that we're wearing are like covers us, but it's not like, they're not brand new or anything. And this lizardy thing is wearing very shiny, bright, like goldish, copperish clothes. Like clearly has like money and like power.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are they bigger in size?
Not really.
They're about the same size?
Yeah, and even like maybe slightly smaller, which is like, why can't we just, there's so many of us and only one of him. Like, why can't we just
Mm-hmm.
go get him?
Yeah. And this lizardy being, is he holding or carrying anything?
Mm-mm,
No.
no. And not even, it's like the feeling is like we don't dare stop. Like, even though none of us want to do what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this unspoken thing. Like, we kind of almost like mind control came into my head just now.
Okay. Mind control. Very good. All right. I'd like to understand what it is that you're mining for. Does it feel as if you are digging for some sort of tunnel? Or do you feel as if you are pulling something out of there, actually mining?
There are a lot of tunnels, like the whole place, like it's more lit up now that I see the whole thing. There are a lot of tunnels. And we're creating the tunnels to get to more of some sort of some resource or something that this thing wants.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm trying to see if I can see what it is or what it looks like.
Yeah, let me help you. Let's just move forward a little bit in time. You're down there mining. And eventually you get to the prize, what it is that they are wanting, whatever resources are down there. Is this something that you can hold in your hand?
No, we're not allowed to touch it.
Okay. What does it look like?
It's a goldish color. Looks very similar to gold. And yeah, the minute we find it, we're not supposed to touch it. It's like we'll taint it or something, is kind of the
Mm-hmm.
vibe that I get.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want us to put a hand on it or anything. The minute we find it, we have to tell them that we found it.
Okay. And then what do they do?
They then remove it. Like, it's still in the rock, but they then remove it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever see them do this because they send us all away from that area
Oh, they
and
do.
have us go work in a different space.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they remove it because then when we return to that spot, it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead now and let's move to an important scene in this lifetime that you are looking at now. There will be a day that's important. We're moving there now to an important scene. Just be there. Expand your awareness of this day. Where are you? What is happening?
I'm in a cage or like a feels like a cell of some kind. But I'm like still down in the mines with everybody. But I can't get out of the space that I'm in. I think I touched the stuff.
You touched it?
I think I touched it. And I wasn't supposed to, so now they're making an example of me
So
in
you're
front
by
of
yourself in the cell?
yeah, in the middle, so everyone has to walk past me as an example, like, don't touch it, don't do any, don't go against what we say, which we're being mind controlled, so nobody goes against what they say typically. So, but for some reason did.
Okay. And so tell me, what made you touch it?
I wanted to, and I knew that it was whatever it is. It's a powerful something.
Hmm. Did you feel anything when you touched it?
I I felt like lighter for sure. And I wasn't touching it for very long, but I felt lighter. I felt like relief. Um like and then immediately, like within a couple seconds, they caught me and almost like pulled me back, but like they're too small to do it physically, so it's like they moved me without touching me.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I just see myself flying back from it, but nobody touched me. Like nobody physically touched me.
Interesting. Hmm. Okay. So how are you feeling now that you are in the cell? Do you regret what you did? Do you feel that?
I don't feel regret at all.
You don't.
And they know, I know that they know that I'm not as mind controlled as they think, because I deviated from what they wanted. So I'm a danger to them. I'm picking up on all these like knowings right now.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, they aren't happy
They're
because
not.
they didn't think that anyone could do that. Um, they have control. They have had control for so long, and no one's deviated.
Hmm.
And
This must cause them concern that you deviated.
yeah, they wanted to kill me right away, but they more want to make an example of me than that.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit afraid in this cage, but I'm also feel free weirdly because I don't feel the weight of the mind control right now. I'm so I'm physically contained, but I am like mentally free.
Do you think touching that gold substance did that to you?
Um I was already breaking free before I did it, but that really helped.
Mm-hmm.
It like me acting, like the action of me touching it broke that mind control. Like I
Hmm.
listened to myself, and me by like me stepping outside of the mind control, then so the touching, like it wasn't the gold that did anything, but it was the action of it that broke me free from that.
Hmm.
Uh, So I'm like, yeah, now I'm sitting in here and I'm trying to figure out how I can help the others
Mm-hmm.
because they're not controlling my mind anymore. And so I'm trying to figure out how I can help the others.
Mm. Do you have memory as you sit there in the cell and you have your mind back? Do you know or have knowledge of where you came from?
Hmm.
Where did you start? Where did you begin?
Oh, there's grass on the top. So above the mines. I haven't seen that in a really long time, like since I was little.
So you used to be outside?
Yeah, there was an outside time. But it feels like it's been a really long time because I was small when they brought me into the mines and now I'm very large. So I grew up down in the mines, but up top when I was before they got me, there's soft grass, there's sun, which is like bright, bright, bright white color.
Okay.
Um, I had a family.
You did. Let's go there. Let's explore your family. Let's go to a happy scene with you and your family. And just tell me all about it.
I have mom and a twin sister, but I think I'm a boy. Yeah, I'm a boy and
Mhm.
a twin sister. And my dad isn't there. My dad is in the mine already.
They took him?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was just my mom and my twin sister.
Mhm.
And trying to see where we live.
Yes. Is it necessary for you to have a dwelling, some sort of shelter?
Uh, I think we just wherever we find comfort around. Like there's a lot of grass, but there's also a lot of rocks. I don't. There's like maybe an indent in some of the rocks. Almost kind of looks like one of those like hobbit homes, kind of.
Mhm.
Um, but not as like cute looking as those hobbit homes.
Yes. Okay.
Uh, it's more because we travel a lot. Um, and we have to travel a lot because they're looking for more people to go down to the mines. So we can't just stay in one place.
Mhm.
So it's the three of us and we travel around.
You do. Your mother keeps you safe.
Yeah, as best she can. She's very nervous a lot and like tells us not to go very far, which I don't like, or at least when I was little, I don't like it because I want to go explore. But
And
she's trying to keep us safe because she watched her husband get captured when he was out and he went too far.
mhm. And how do you communicate? Do you sense that there's a language, or is it telepathic?
And telepathically,
Mhm.
we can make noises. We can make noises if we want, like if we're happy or if we want, you know, but we don't have to.
Okay. What does your mother look like?
We all look very, very similar. It's not like humans where we all have different shades. We're all like very, very similar. It's almost like a replica of what I look like, but I just know it's her because she has a different feeling.
Mhm. What's the difference between the genders, male and female?
It's like an energy thing.
Mhm.
Energetically, um, I feel more masculine. Like that's more physically. There isn't much different physically.
Okay.
It's like an energetic difference. Like even like size wise, males and females are the same size. So like there isn't, yeah, physically there isn't much of a difference.
Mhm. Have you seen, when you were above ground as a younger person, did you see these reptile beings before from a distance?
Mm-mm.
You had no.
No, my mom, had, but I hadn't ever. That's why I always wanted to explore because I didn't see the danger. I just thought she was kind of making it up.
Mhm.
I didn't really believe. I didn't believe her how dangerous things were.
Okay. What does the landscape look like?
Right now there's like almost feels grass like, but it almost feels more like moss, like it's very soft. Um, and there are trees now where we are. They almost look, they're like really tall. And my mom is really big, but they're way bigger than her. Maybe like 40, 50 feet tall. They look
Mhm.
close to like what a pine tree looks like, kind of, but
Okay.
a little bit more of a tinge of like a greenish bluish color and not so green. And yeah, it's not like a flat ground. There's like rocks everywhere too. And some of them are covered in moss, the moss grass stuff, and some of them aren't. It feels like this has been around for a really long time.
Mhm. Does it feel as if there are changes in weather, or does it seem steady all of the time? Where does the moss come from?
I don't get the sense that the weather is drastic. But it does feel like there's moisture in the air.
Mhm.
And if it rains, I don't think it rains a ton. It's like just a little bit.
Okay.
But mainly I think there's just moisture in the air already.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'd like to move to the day that you were captured. Let's move to that scene. No discomfort. What were you doing before they arrived?
I snuck away. I snuck away from my sister and my mom. I wanted to explore this like rock mound that I saw, and I knew my mom wouldn't let me, but I waited until she was like, we were all laying down to take a nap together, and I pretended I was sleeping, but I was not sleeping. And then I got up and I went to explore. I wanted to go explore it because it was like super high up and I wanted to see how far I could see.
Mm-hmm. What happened next?
I climbed all the way up as far as I could. And
What did you see when you reached the top? What's the view look like?
there's water. There's water that I haven't seen close up. We don't go close to the water because that's where all the things my mom's scared of are. But at the top I can see water.
Like an ocean?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like an ocean, like it's really big. I can't see the other side.
Okay.
And I know why she doesn't want to go by the water, because there's like a lot of different carriers, I guess. That's where they bring all that gold stuff. They bring it all up to the water on these like carriers. They're not like ships. I guess it's as close as I could say. They're
Mm-hmm.
craft type things, but they're something with the water helps activate them more or something. Yeah. But that's where the majority of those lizard things are.
By the water?
Yep. And I can see it in the distance from where I am. And they definitely they have they have scouts out like looking for more of us, and I get spotted.
Okay. How many were there?
Just one.
Just one.
I don't know I'm spotted yet though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just up there taking it in. I think I'm like king of the world. That's what it feels like. That's what's in my head right now. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I am having like the best time. And also like the sun is so bright up there, and I love the feeling of it.
Are you concerned at all of what you are seeing on the shore?
I know I'm like I don't think I know at that age what it is.
Mhm,
I know they shouldn't see me. Like, I don't want them to see me, but I also don't think they can, and so I'm not that worried.
mhm. Did you ever run into others like you? Other species like you?
Hmm. No, my we purposely our kind purposely didn't come together in groups because that would make it easier for being detected and captured.
Mhm,
So we purposely stayed away. If my mom could sense that others were close, she would take us a different direction.
okay.
And not because she didn't want to see them, but it was for our safety and their safety. And they would do that too. Everyone did that. So we all like some people just traveled on their own, completely alone. They didn't have a family. And they wanted to be around others, but they didn't want to harm anyone, so they just stayed by themselves because they knew the more around the more of us around, then the more the lizard things would like sense us.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to that top of the hill. You're feeling on top of the world. Tell me what happens when you are captured.
I am coming back down from the hill because I'm like, oh crap, my mom's gonna wake up soon. I gotta get back.
Mhm.
And the scout that saw me while I was up there, I didn't know I was seen, but the scout saw me, cut me off before I got back down to my mom. Uh, this is one of the times that I actually do yell out loud. It's like a really, really loud scream.
Mhm.
And uh, this thing isn't like touching me though. It's like similar to when I was in the cave and I was moved without being touched. It's the same thing. It's just holding me in place.
With its mind?
I think so. I can't move. And it's just near me. It's close enough where it can do this. I can still make noise. And that's why I yell really loud. And I know I'm communicating with my mom now. Oh, she knows. Oh, I can feel how sad I can feel her.
Mhm.
Mm, she she just wants to come and run and help, but she has to protect my sister. And she has to she has to just let me go. She just has to let me get captured. Oh, and I can feel how sad she is. She can't make a sound back.
Mhm.
I stopped yelling because I don't want her to feel more pain.
Okay.
She tells me how much she loves me, though. I know right away she's not coming because she doesn't love me. She's not coming because she doesn't want my sister to get captured too.
Okay. All right. Where does he take you?
It takes me right down to the mines. I didn't even know they existed. I just knew from what my mom had told me. Because we had never ever tried to even go close to those before. But it's pretty far away from the ocean where the scout takes me. He gets paid something or something
Mhm.
for my capture. Um, I see a bunch of the other like lizardy things.
Can you describe them a little bit more to me? Do they have?
They're probably like 4 or 5 feet tall. They stand on their 2 legs, even though they look like lizards and they look like they should be on their stomachs. They're not. Um, they look close to what a gecko thing would look like, but the face looks more dinosaurish.
Okay. Mhm.
And the tail is not super long. And yeah, they're all wearing like fancy clothes. But all of them are wearing very similar clothes. They're kind of, oh, the ones right there are also kind of captured in a way. They're all working too. They're just higher up than me.
Okay. And how are you feeling when you see all this?
I can't believe it. I didn't want to believe what my mom said.
Mhm.
And I'm not super scared right now. I miss my mom. I miss my sister.
Mhm. Does it occur to you at all that your father is down there?
I haven't thought of him yet, but I was really, really young. I don't have really that great memories of him.
Mhm. Okay.
I also don't interact with him at all when I'm down there ever. I never see him. They do that on purpose. They don't put family close to each other because the mine is so big.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead now and we are going to scan the remaining years for any outstanding events that are important for you to learn. The last we had seen, you had been put in a cage. Is there anything else that's significant that you experienced?
I don't think so. I think I lived the rest of my life in that cage.
Mhm.
They never purposely kill me because they just want me as an example.
Okay.